said, yeah. So okay.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying, like
Well, and I said that to some of us, we really get pretty accustomed to being alone, but we still need human contact. And she's not. I mean, she lived alone, sort of. Well, her husband was in a facility, right? Yeah.
But I guess her son was, I don't know.
Yeah. I saw that he has a 517 area code. I don't know what it
Hello, everyone. Oh, come on now. I can smile a little bit.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
This is what I saw.
Well, there's a little heaviness in the air.
There is. Okay, well, welcome all those who are watching online as well. I'm glad you decided to spend some time with us this afternoon. We will begin with our Prayer of the Child of Love song. It's right on the front of your songbook, so please stand and join us.
Father, Mother, God, your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, you flow through me, your loving child, eternally. Every day, in every way, amen. Every day, I will pray again. Father, Mother, God, your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, you flow through me, your loving child, eternally. Everywhere, let love be there. Amen. Everywhere, this my prayer again. Father, Mother, God, your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, you flow through me, your loving child, eternally.
Please be seated. Let's take advantage of this time right now close our eyes and begin to relax. Feel where the tension might be harbored in your body and just make a conscious choice to let that soften. And let's take our 3 deep fellowship breaths together with an audible ah on the out breath. Breathing in. Breathing in. One more time. And now let's bring our full attention to the one presence, the divine one that surrounds us and moves through us as us into this world. Right now, we choose to ground ourselves in love, expanding and deepening our conscious connection with God, our higher self, the loving divine. We choose to fill our hearts and our minds, our whole being, with love, peace, and joy. Resolving to choose again and choose again as often as needed to maintain this precious connection with divine love. And to maintain the strength of our light. And to join together to hold the frequency of love and peace no matter what goes on around us. No matter what goes on around us. Fully knowing that at the deepest level of love, all is well. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. We have some, I'm sure, amazing special music today. I want to introduce Linda Abar, and she's going to be singing. Oh, this is by herself right now, okay? Linda Abar, please give her a warm welcome.
Thank you. So I have so much to say that I'm not going to say anything, except every summer I sing this song to you, pretty much, because every summer I feel like singing this song. I didn't write it. Joni Mitchell wrote it, you know. But, oh my, Woodstock. She didn't even go. But I think she got the idea. Came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road, and I asked him, "Where are you going?" And this he told me, "I'm going on down to Yasgur's farm, gonna join in the rock and roll band. I'm gonna camp out on the land. I'm gonna try and get my soul free. We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. come here to lose the smog, and I feel to be a cog in something turning. Well, maybe it is just the time of year, or maybe it's the time of night. I don't know who I am, but you know life is for learning. We are stardust, we are golden. We've got to get ourselves back to the garden. By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong, and everywhere there was song and celebration. And I dreamed I saw the bombers riding shotgun in the sky, and they were turning into butterflies above our nation. We are stardust, billion-year-old carbon. We are golden, part of the devil's bargain. We've got to get ourselves back to the garden.
Well, I know why you sing that for us. Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Just also want a quick reminder about your cards in your packet. If you have someone to include in the community prayer later in the service, just fill that out and drop it in the basket when it comes around later. We're going to sing a fellowship song now, and afterwards take some time to greet each other with hugs and handshakes. So I'd like everyone to turn to page 13. This is also a really wonderful song to remember the words to as we look around us and see chaos and craziness happening. God Goes With Me on page 13. Please stand up.
God goes with me wherever I go. God is my strength, vision is His gift. God is my source, I cannot see apart from Him. God goes with me wherever I roam. God is my strength, vision is his gift. God is my source, I cannot see apart from him.
Please stay standing and greet your neighbor, or actually everyone in the room.
Shouldn't have panned this one. Maybe I shouldn't have panned more of this one, but no. No, you don't think that would be your thing. It's okay. Oh, I mentioned Mary. Not like I was going to say it wrong, so. Oh, I got rid of the tables. Swap the tables. So I can have Hi.
All right, children. Be seated.
No, we wait for love.
I think your hair affects it.
I do too. I was looking, well, that's different.
And just this Disney princess with her hair up.
Yeah, it's kind of an elegant look.
It really is.
I am very happy to introduce our speaker this afternoon, our Reverend Sue Quinn. And when I think of Sue, I think first of nature, and then I think of her sweet and loving presence. So let's please give her a warm welcome.
So many things that happen here. Am I on? Okay. All right. Hi.
Hi, Sue.
This is so strange to be here because I'm not in my assigned seat today, which is usually next to Richard. So it's a whole new endeavor today as we make our way into this July 21st of 2024 being the best year ever.
Best year ever. Yeah, keep
Amen.
say it again.
Thank you. The best year ever, 2024, as we move forward.
Right.
My topic today that I've been thinking about for a while is resilience. And it has nothing to do with current events, but you can transpose it into such if you'd like to. Use this as you want, and at some point I'm going to ask Nancy to hand out some cards. And if you're at home, grab something to write on and something to write with. Of course, I'm going to invite you to do this. I'm not going to force you or make you go in the hallway, just so we're clear on that when this comes up. So Let's get ourselves settled in. Not that we're not already settled, but we'll move into a meditation to get you feeling comfortable, to get you feeling safe, to feel warm, and to feel love. Find a comfortable position, feet on the ground, spine as straight as you can get it. You're invited to close your eyes or to focus softly on something. Find how you feel grounded, how gravity holds you to relax. Notice your breath and begin to inhale and exhale slowly and intentionally. Keep the focus on your breath and return to your usual pattern of breath. Turn your attention now to your body, moving from the very top of your head to your neck and throat. Think about your forehead, your ears. Breathe into any of these areas that might feel tight. Simply just breathe into them. We're going to move down to your shoulders. Think about your back, chest, and ribs. Find any areas that feel stressed or constricted. Breathe into them. Also notice any areas that are relaxed. Slowly moving down, focus on your hips, your sit bones, your tailbone. Just relax and breathe into this area. Think about your thighs, shins, calves, and your ankles. Allow these areas to move into looseness. You're sinking more and more into comfort, letting go. Moving to your feet now. Put your attention on your feet, grounded on our dear Mother Earth. Breathe into your feet. Know that you are supported by our dear Mother Earth. You feel grounded where you are. Slowly, you allow your mind to clear. Thoughts move by as if they're poofy clouds, or water, as water just ripples by. You feel still. Your mind, your body, your spirit. Know that the universe holds you with love during all the seasons of nature, of life. Feel the warmth that summer brings to us. Allow your heart to open. Know that light and love and peace enfold you. Start to slowly come back to this room. Wiggle a little bit, get some movement back into where you are still. And when you're ready, open your eyes and let me see you. Welcome back. So I talked about resilience, and part of this topic is also going to be about cultivation, or cultivating what we do. So I've got my own lens on what it means to cultivate. And Richard, if I may, he is currently growing a garden, And when I think about cultivation, I think about digging the seeds, planting them, weeding them, watering. We do that with our lives all the time in so many different areas. What I would like for you to do is, Nancy's going to hand out some cards and write down your thoughts on what cultivating is to you. Same thing in virtual world. Hi if you're on your couch. I know you've got pencils in your packet or pens. To write down what your lens, your thoughts on what the definition of cultivating is. It's not graded, it's just what you think. And when you're done, share with your neighbor just a little conversation about what they think it means. And if you're at home, you've got a pet, you've got nature, tell them as well. We'll just do a minute for that.
Attention, and focus.
Say it again. I have to overturn the current state, like you overturn the soil, to let in new life for new growth. Did you hear hers?
Yeah. Let's go. Nurture idea of being
I want to thank you for sharing as you did. And I don't know if anyone has something that they'd like to share before I go into Webster's official definition of cultivate.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah, right.
Linda?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So Webster, do you want to share?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I said to overturn the current state, the soil, to let in new life for new growth.
Beautiful. Richard?
To allow source to manifest.
Beautiful. So Webster tells us to foster the growth of, develop, absorb, nourish. A lot of what you just said. When we think about what have we cultivated, what have we planted, the seeds of this, the seeds of that. And I think I have cultivated, I don't know if you call it cultivating, raising children as one of the pieces, having a garden, having a pet, cultivating, as I look over here, music and being a part of making things grow, language of love with music. Think about what you have cultivated in your lives. Feel free to write it down or not, and then we'll move forward with this cultivating resilience piece. I'm going to talk a little bit about, for me, what I've been cultivating probably for the past 40 adult years of my life. Some people may have thought of me as silence is golden, a wallflower. The idea of attending a speech class in 9th grade and speaking in front of audiences could bring me down. Not to say that I don't feel nervous now, it's just a different kind of feeling right now. But I've tried to work on being more assertive so that I don't take on what the needs and wants of other people are and forget about what it is that I need and want. And it having been help me, Julie. 2013, my son graduated from high school, 11 years, and I'm still trying to figure out what exactly it is that I want. At the same time, what I want now is going to be different than what I want at some point in the future and what it was in the past. There's a certain sense of freedom, not that I don't love my children, but it's like I can do what I want. I can pick up whenever I want to and find out what it is that I want for me instead of based on what someone else needs. I don't see that as being selfish. I see that as being self-care. So like I said, this is all relatively new to me. This assertiveness, it's been growing by leaps and bounds for quite some time. And I wanted to read to you part of this cultivation which comes from my attendance at Al-Anon, and I'm not here to speak about Al-Anon, but just a reading that really resonated for me. And this is Gentle Reminders for Codependence by Mitzi Chandler. Be a friend to thyself, and others will be so too. We are drawn to people who treat themselves with respect and kindness. They are comfortable with us, with who they are, and their ease helps us to relax. As we learn to replace the childhood put-downs we received and believed with positive feelings about ourselves, we will become our own best friend. We will stop searching for flaws in the person we see in the mirror, stop harping at every little mistake we make, and stop trying to bend over backwards for others while we neglect our own needs. In our newfound esteem, we know that the lonely, friendless days are gone forever. Today I will respect my needs and treat myself with compassion. So in their childhood put-downs, adolescent put-downs, you think about that time of life when you were a teenager, how daunting. I would never want to return there again. And some of the words still stick in your brain even though you've forgiven or moved to a different part of that. Thoughts, anything on this? Just take it with you for consideration. A work in progress always. So, cultivating, working towards obstacles, things that get in your way, things that are attributes, things that are strengths, things that seem like weaknesses, looking past what you think of yourself and the stories, as Mary talks about, that you've told yourself, moving beyond that and creating your own stories. How do we move into that? How do we become resilient when we're, inundated with all kinds of things that are outside of us? So, my first thought when I think about resilience is the ability to bounce back. And I'm not just talking about a physical resilience from something that occurred to you, talking about mental, emotional, spiritual. So just to give you a finite example of today, I trim my bushes. Now when you're over 60, you cannot trim 10 bushes in one day. And that is a lesson to be learned big time. And the ability for me to come back is so much longer than it would be if I was 20 or 30 years ago. So resilience from coming back from all this hoopla today and doing all those things. And if you've broken your leg or if you have physical things that have happened for you and you've recovered from them, just think about that right now. I think about my son was 21, he broke his leg, senior in high school, and had to have surgery. And that for boys/men is not necessarily the best age to break your leg, not that any age is. And he was not pleasant and his hair was down to here. And my thought of taking care of him in my house during that time was like, oh my gosh. But I watched him, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone walk so or move so quickly on crutches as I did seeing him walk through mire 2 days after surgery. Of course, that's youth. I want you to consider something that you may have gone through yourself physically. Feel free to jot it down, but you don't have to. I know I had appendicitis, and that would have been 2015, and part of me liked being in the hospital because I had 3 straight meals coming to me. I had people taking care of me, and it's kind of a silly thing. And I didn't want to be discharged. Now, who does that? But I was doing that. And so, and Mary, please forgive me. I did go to the chapel to try to hide from the medical staff. And it's like they know where you are regardless. But then appendicitis, getting back into that, I recovered from that within 3 weeks. So it's all just depends. So recovering physically. Recovering emotionally, that's a whole different ball game. Thinking about whether grief is a different animal than the day-to-day things that happen. It's a little deeper. Other big events feel just a little bit different. How do you bounce back? What do you do? I was looking on our World Wide Web and I found this, that they talked about. This is what resilience is. Our ability to bounce back from life's curveballs. Resilience isn't avoiding difficult situations or pretending everything's fine when it's not. It's handling tough times by staying mentally and emotionally flexible. And it's a skill we can get better at with practice. So this can be done, and I know wisdom plays a big part in our ability to practice resilience, experience what we can do. So I'm thinking, when you have some kind of an emotional upset, and you don't have to write this down, just think about it. Do you have a go-to when you're upset? And I'm not going to go into details, but you think about traumatic responses: fight, flight, freeze, fawn. For me, it's flight. Get me out of here. I want to be done with this. So just consider what you might do in a situation that feels pretty daunting, whether it's a small little thing or something big. And just store that in your memory. It's not something that you have to be aware of all the time. It helps me as a frame of reference to know my MO when it comes to situations that are difficult. Then I also think about what brings me back to feeling moored so I don't feel so ungrounded, which is a feeling I often feel when big events happen. Like you're disoriented, really. Mother Earth doesn't seem to be embracing you. So I think there are a number of things that we can talk about that help us get back to that grounding piece. I wanted to read from Mark Nepo, who also talks about resilience, what we do. Thank you, Linda. Yes. Sometimes I have too many books. This reading talks about a time that Mark Nepo is driving in California between the mountains and the ocean. It talks about living through experiences that are difficult and coming into them. Like I talked about the idea of resilience from the World Wide Web. Mark Nepo says, the road between, to stand up and be warned to something deeper, is a pledge that living forces us to keep. He goes on to tell us, I drove 500 miles down the California coast with the mountains on the left and the ocean on the right. For days, they spoke to me of standing up and wearing down. Of course, I was driving a road we have made down the middle. During the 4th day, the road became a ribbon. It was here, it was most beautiful. I found the world out there, all in here. And now I know. The current of life requires us to stand up again and again. And we are not defeated when we are worn down, just exposed anew at a deeper level. We are meant to live between the two. In this way, life keeps getting more and more precious. It is a natural law, like gravity or osmosis. Stand up to be worn bare. It is how everything in the way is thinned, so we can feel just how thoroughly alive we are. That's a lot to take in at the same time. It's very beautiful, and I know when I was doing research, I wept when I read this because it is so true of us as humans. We stand up so we can be worn down with experiences and grow anew. So how do we get back into all this once we've had a situation that came up, a bump in the road? What do? Now, one of the pieces I know Julie brought to us a couple weeks ago was the forgiveness ceremony. Forgiveness allows you to move past what you may or may not be holding against for or about someone, so that you can free your space into what it is that you need to do for you. Meditations, readings, devotionals, websites. There's so many opportunities for looking into spirit, however it is that you like best to do that, whatever authors that you like. Something I learned about recently before my son got married about a month ago, which was a big event for so many different reasons, was a massage. And my massage therapist mentioned to me box breath, and it's probably something that I may or may not have been doing for a while. You breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. And that seems to help bring me back to my present reality. And I know throughout that beautiful wedding time, that box breath helped bring me back to present. Being in nature, like Mary said, just being outside, smelling outside, looking outside right now, finding the seasons. On TV, different screens, you have nature scenes. You can bring plants inside. The possibilities are endless as far as nature surrounding us and bringing back into calming, resilience. Calling a friend, I think over the past 4 years, I've been in more and more contact with friends, and it's been so renewing. Someone you can call up that you've known for a long time, haven't talked to in 10 years, it's like yesterday. It is a beautiful thing. It really is. Music. Corey and Linda, you bring to us soul-touching ways of past, present, future, with the beauty that you have with your art. And I don't know that either of you understand the degree to which that touches everybody, but thank you very much. When I was listening to NPR, I was listening about Ella Fitzgerald, and I think she was in the 1920s. She was the first female vocalist to do scat, and it was pretty rare for anybody to do that, and she did it pretty well. NPR described music as the language of love. Pets, I'm thinking about Rocky, Lycan, who you had. Julie had her pups. I think Samantha has a cat. Mary has had special cats and has accommodated them with a warming item in the winter months, which is wonderful. Petting them. Rufus, this fancy dog, yes, that Linda has, all kinds of things. Objects of comfort. Mac Attack, the wild dog. Just wonderful things to have animals around. And anything that you can think of that helps to bring you back. I want to encourage you right now just to take a moment to write it down and then share with your neighbor. And then I've got some parting words from Ralph Waldo Emerson. So write down what works for you, maybe, when you feel off balance. What's going to help bring you back gravitationally. Just as Mary says, I don't want to stop the love and discussions, but thank you. And if you have anything that I haven't brought up, other thoughts, please feel free to share later. So this I wish I had written down for you. I have absolutely no technological skills. And I've just diverted my attention, and there just happens to be a cat behind us who's watching our service. How about that?
Where?
Right behind that sign over there.
Oh, I see him. Yeah.
Did you see him? That's our pet, our enjoying our experience here.
Like a rat. He just walked more down by that gully. It's important to see.
Sorry, that was my view and my distraction.
That's okay. Yeah.
So, from Ralph Waldo Emerson, finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sue. And thanks to that kitty for sharing. We're going to take this moment now to prepare for our tithes and offerings, our donations for today. And as I always say, I invite you to just pause and fill your hearts with gratitude and deep thanks for all of the blessings and gifts in your life and our lives as a community as we come together each Sunday afternoon to share our love with each other. That is a contribution that you each bring with you when you show up here on Sunday afternoon. And thank you so much, too, for all of your generous financial donations. Without them, we couldn't move forward, and we are going to into our 41st year and beyond. We're in that right now. So please bring your donation, your contribution, whether it's online or you're giving today. Hold that in consciousness as Richard comes around with the basket And remember to place your prayer cards in there as well. And we'll sing together as he comes around. I am grateful.
Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful.
And now please read with me from the front of your bulletin the blessing of our tithes and offerings. It's right on the front here. The light of divine love shines eternally, blessing and multiplying our tithes and offerings. I joyously give, knowing I always have enough to share and to spare. Thank you again. Thank you so much. And let's take another important moment to go back within. Close your eyes if you are comfortable as we hold all those listed in the basket today. Friends, family, people in our world, conditions and situations. We hold them in love. We hold them close to our hearts. And our love reaches them easily, moving into their hearts so that they can feel loved and cared for, so they can easily find their way to meeting all of their needs. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much. I think we have, well, actually it's getting on to 5, and we definitely want to hear Linda Abar and Corey. So we'll introduce our special music right now.
So, Sue, we have a good time once a week in our piano lessons, don't we? So I was thrilled when I knew we were going to do this thing together. So I asked her the topic, and I went through my stuff, and this is my Wisdom of Trees song that I think goes along with everything. Thank you. Embracing seasons, birth and death, creating then letting go. Nothing's wasted, what we leave behind feeds all growth. It's the wisdom of trees. It's the wisdom of trees. What's mine is yours. We will weather this living together. Roots combined, like fingers entwined. Hand in hand, we will handle this moment. It's the wisdom of trees. It's the wisdom of trees. Down while reaching up, earth and heaven are one, balancing our yin and yang, replenish, transform pain into love. It's the wisdom of trees. wisdom of trees. Dance with the wind, bask in the sun. Each entity has its beauty. You and I create the whole, cogs in the wheel of creation, turning, yearning, burning to grow into our own being. Ash to ash and dust to dust, we will rise with our healing. It's the wisdom of trees. It's the wisdom of trees. It's the wisdom of trees. It's the wisdom of trees.
What a beautiful song. My goodness.
Great harmony.
Sue wants that to listen to in her car. Right. Thank you all for being here. What a wonderful service today. Thank you, Corey and Linda, for your beautiful, heartfelt music. We do feel it so deeply. Thank you, Sue, for your thoughtful and inspiring message. And thanks to everyone for being here. It's I think, for me, I look forward to it every week. I know it may seem like I have to be here, but I don't think of it that way. It fills my heart with joy to be with you all and to see you all each Sunday. Those who are watching virtually, I check to see who's watching as well, and I appreciate that you do join us in that way. We have some announcements for this coming week. Healing Movements continues every Monday at 4 p.m. here in this building. Chair Yoga, Thursdays at 4 p.m. This is a new group, so if you haven't tried any kind of exercise in a long time, it would be a good place to start, I think. So come and join the group. It's a fun group. And this next Sunday, potluck, just a reminder, August 4th, Sue had mentioned that she is going to be doing the Waldemar Walk. That's in Waldemar Nature Center at 12:30, August 4th. And I also want to just kind of get you prepared for an upcoming event. It's a picnic get-together fundraiser that is scheduled for Saturday, August 10th at 3 p.m. here at the Red Cedar Friends building. And so we'll have pulled pork and possibly chicken sandwiches provided, and then if everybody could bring a side or a dessert to share, that would be great. And then we can go back out here in all this beautiful, beautiful spot that we've been thinking about this for quite a while. So I think it'll be fun. And if the weather's bad, we'll continue on and we'll be inside. Yes?
Games.
Oh, there are going to be games.
Maybe water balloons.
Okay, and I'm working on some music. So Julie's preparing games. Yes, Nancy.
Should we bring our own chair?
Well, you could if you have a comfortable folding chair that's easy to bring. You could do that, but you're also free to take these also. They might be a little heavy to carry out there, but whatever is the easiest for you. Yeah. Okay, we will join together in our peace circle and say our closing blessing for this afternoon.
Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow.